So yesterday we have discussed about the some difference between the system DB, tenant DB. So what is tenant? And also we discussed about the versions of the HANA. So HANA versions, SAP HANA versions, and the recent versions. So when they have released, what is the code? It's written C++ language. So in 2022, initial release of the SAP HANA happened. So these things we discussed today. So we will concentrate on what is system DB and tenant DB. Okay. So we'll concentrate on the system DB and tenant DB, and we'll start downloading the patches. Why? Because we have discussed about the software requirements and everything, but how to download that one, how to install the HANA database. So all these things we'll discuss today. Okay, so that is the today's agenda. So today, so the first topic, system DB, tenant DB, right? So whenever you do the HANA installation, whenever you perform the HANA installation, you will get the in HANA 2.0 two databases, right? So whenever you do the HANA installation, you will get the two databases. So one is the system DB, which means in our language, it's the ground floor. Then the second one, when you install the immediately you will get the one tenant database you will get. So by default you will get the one system DB and one tenant DB. You will get one system DB and one tenant DB you will get. So by default, whenever you do the installation of the HANA database, HANA 2.0, you will get the two databases. One is the system DB and second one is the tenant database. Okay. So overall, whenever you do the HANA installation, we will get the 7 core HANA process or 7 core HANA services we will get. So what are those services? In either HANA 1.0 or 2.0, whatever, but you will get the 7 process. What are those? Yesterday we discussed, right? So HDB, so index server,
name server,
HDB name server, and preprocessor,
index server,
compile
compile server,
server, and daemon,
web,
web
web dispatch,
dispatcher, and
and Xgen.
access engine. So this 7 process core process will be created. These are the major process which will work. These are the major process which will carry out the work in the database. Same as like database is one home. Database is one home. In that home, so two bedrooms. One is the system DB bedroom and second one is the tenant DB bedroom, right? Two bedrooms. So one family is staying in the inside of the database. So two bedrooms, but only one family is staying in the so inside of the database, inside of the this home, only one family is staying here, right? So one family is staying here. So here one family is staying, right? So one family is staying here, but in the family means family required the daily needs, right? Food and water. So it's required, right? Same as here, this process also required the food and water. It's required. Food and water are required. The food is for this process is for the food is for this process for the and CPU and memory, which we discussed yesterday, So remaining all are in the so system DB. Okay. So index server access engine. So what is the difference between system DB and tenant DB means system DB has 5 process, tenant DB has remaining 2 process. Okay. So which one is the main here? So tenant DB is the main here. So why main means index server, where the index server is alive, where index server is running. So So that is the main database. I means index server. So what is the major process here? Index server. Index server data will be stored in the tenant database, not the system database. All our business data, tables, calculations, everything will happen in the tenant database, not the system DB. So system DB only to monitor the all the tenants. It will not store the database. It will not store the data. But where the data is available means tenant DB. Inside of the tenant DB, where it is exactly available means index server. Okay, so index server. Why? Because index server is available in the tenant DB. That's why tenant DB is the main database here. So if you tomorrow there is a requirement to install the one more tenant database, you can install it. You can install the one more tenant database. You can install it. You can install the one more tenant database. You can add it. You can install the one more tenant database. You can up to how many you can create it? 19 plus 1. 1 means so this is already available. This is database already available. So accept this one, 19 we can create it. 19 we can create it on the one host, one operating system, 19 days. This is one of the important question they may ask you. So I attended multiple interviews. In the multiple interviews, this is one of the guaranteed question they may ask you. In one host, in HANA 2.0, how many databases we can create it? So one host by default you will get the one system DB by default. By default you will get the by default means during the installation you will get the one system DB, one tenant DB. Apart from that one that tenant DB you will get the 19 tenant databases you can create it. The limit 19. So 19 this plus one additional one. So 20 tenant databases we can install on the one host. But so that's very normally one or two or three maximum they will install it, but not like that more. Why? Because if you install more, you need the more RAM, more CPU that you required. The OS is crashed immediately. All these three databases or four databases will be crashed. So to avoid this all, so one host, maybe one tenant or two tenants will be installed, not the more than that. Okay, got it? This is the use case. Okay, so the difference between the system DB will monitor the all the tenants. So system DB means ground floor. It will sit in the ground floor. So it will monitor the all the first floor, second floor, then all the tenants, right? So what owner will do in the apartment? What owner will do? Owner will monitor the all the so tenants, right? He will monitor the tenants, right? Whether they are coming inside of the home. So any issues, problems, everything he will monitor. He has the rights, right? That is the reason system DB has the rights of the all the tenants, right? System DB does not store any business data. Just system DB responsible is to monitor the all the tenant databases and to do the administration activities of the tenant. If you want to stop the tenant DB, you need to do via system DB only. If you want to take the backup, you have to do it from the system DB. If you want to change the parameters, you want to do it from the system DB. So whatever you want to do, if you want to touch the tenant DB, you have to go via system DB only. But outside of the operation, these are the all are the inside of the administration operations. But if any data comes to the inside of the database, where it will store, it will go and store into the tenant database. It will go and store into the tenant database. Tenant database is the very important database here. Okay, got it? It's clear, right? Any questions from anyone? The only one major difference here, system DB does not store any business data, but tenant DB will store the business data. Why tenant DB has to store in the web? Tenant DB has index server. System DB does not have index server. I mean, what is the use of that system DB? System DB is responsible to monitor the tenants and to do the administration operations of the tenant databases. System DB will be used, which means our internal operations. Internal operations means suppose you want to take the backup parameter changes. It's all are the administration operations. So you have to do it from the system DB only, not the tenant DB. It will store the data in the tenant databases only. Okay, so that's the thing of the difference between and system DB and tenant DB. Okay, so in upcoming you will understand more what is the differences. Okay, so now let's start how to log in now. So we already know, we know how to download and everything we know, but how to log in now. So how to log into the Linux operating systems, how to log into the our Linux operating system, the Linux operating system. To log into the Linux, first of all, when you need putty tool, you need putty tool to log into the Linux operating system. You need putty tool to log into the Linux operating system. So see here, so in your all your Windows machines, you have the putty icon is available. If not, go to the search bar here, then you can search it out and you can add it. Go to the putty. If you type putty, you will get the putty icon here. This, just right click, start to pin bar and pin taskbar and pin bar, you can start it. Then you will get the icon here. You will get the icon here. Okay, putty icon you will get. Okay, just click on the OK button. You will get the, so you will get the thing here. Okay, you will get the screen here. So why we are using this one? To log into the Linux operating system. So if you want to go to the Windows operating system, what we are doing? We want to log into the Windows operating system. What we are doing? We are going to the here run mstsc, then giving the IP address, then clicking on the OK button. Then we are logging through mstsc. We are connecting to the our Windows servers, Windows desktops. That is right, correct, right? So same way, how to log into the Linux operating systems? Same way, through putty tool, we have to open, then give the IP address or host name, whatever you want. So whatever is preferred method, you can give it, then it will open. It will open the command prompt. The command, why? Because Linux is the command prompt based. So you have to open the Linux in the command based tool. You have to open. Okay, open the Linux. Here host name or IP address. Just give SAP Linux. Okay, give the SAP Linux. Linux is the SAP Linux is the our host name. Okay, or if you just give and open, it will open it, accept it, it will ask the user ID, then give the root user here, then password I will share you in our group. Okay, so if you enter the password, so password will not be typed here, it will be hidden. But even though you need to type full password, you need to type, click on the OK button, then you will get the, you will successfully sign it in, you will successfully sign it in. Once you successfully signed in, you will get the this prompt, you will get the this prompt saying that, so you will get the this prompt. This is the Linux. So you will, like that Windows, you will not get like C drive, D drive, downloads in a graphical mouse button, right click, left click. You will, it will not work. Why? Because it's the Linux operating system, right? So that's why you need this putty command. So everything will be in the blank screen. Everything will be in the blank screen. You can see the blank screen. Everything will be in the black screen. So in the blank screen, black screen. Okay. In the black screen here, you need to enter the commands. So the Linux operating system, we have to operate through commands only. Okay. Through commands only, we have to operate the our Linux operating system. Okay. So this is the thing we have to do that one. So now you logged in. So multiple ways we can log in. So you can see here, open the putty. Either you need to enter the password as well. This is the password, you need to enter it. This is the password. This is, sorry, this is the IP address, you can enter it. So if you want to save this session, just you can put here, then click on the save it. Next time when you open, it will come to the here directly. When you click it, then it will open the, your session will be opened here, your session will be opened directly. Here you need to enter the password. So password you need to enter. Sorry, root user login as root username you need to enter. Password you need to just type it, but it will not show here. It will not show here. So enter, then that will be logged in. That will be logged in. Okay. So this is the way we need to connect to the our Linux operating systems. Okay, our Linux operating systems we can connect it. Right? Got it? Clear, right? So then what next? After login to the Linux operating systems, what next? So what we have to check now? So we have some Linux commands we have to execute it. So today we'll discuss about the some Linux command. Why? Because it's a very important in our daily operations, daily life. It's a very important. So why? Because we have Linux administrator to install the Linux operating systems, mount points, space adding, everything he will take care of. But as part of the basis activity, as part of the basis responsibility, we need to do some administration commands we have to execute it to check the status. So in Windows, how will you check like memory, CPU utilization, space? If you go here, you will get the space. Okay, space is okay or not. And if you go to the task manager, in the task manager, you will get CPU and memory utilizations you will get. So like that, we will get the all these things, right? Same as like here, how will you get? It's not Windows. If you want right click and left click, it won't work. If right click, left click, and it won't work. It's not in the GUI based. It's a command prompt based. Means we have to operate through commands only. So which commands we should learn? So those things we will discuss. Okay. If you all are okay, then we'll discuss about so few commands which are required for the SAP basis consultant. Then so we'll discuss those commands. Okay. Okay. So with that said, okay, the commands. So why we have to use the commands? Without commands, we cannot operate Linux operating systems. Why we are using the Linux operating systems means, you, as you know, in the first class itself, we discussed for HANA, we required the Linux operating system. So see Linux operating system we required. So that's why we have to so learn Linux operating system as well. Not much, but some basics also we should require. Basic means some basic commands we should require. So what commands we have to use it? Okay, so I will explain few commands, so we can try to log in and we can we can practice it. Okay, so Linux. Okay, so in Linux, suppose in Windows, suppose if you want to see the your file system status, your disk spaces, everything, you will go this PC, you will get the space of the here, right? How much space you have and everything you will get. Okay, C drive total 545 GB out of 205 is free. So like that you will get, graphically you will get the all the space information you will go. If you double click it, you will go inside of the folder. If you double click it, you will go to inside of the folder. Like that, it's available. If you double click it, you will go to the inside of the folder, everything. But here how? Here how to operate this one? So here we have few commands. So the first command is for the df small, okay, space hyphen h, df hyphen h. So df command is for the so to display the file systems, to display the file systems, to display the file systems in the Linux operating systems. Okay, so df hyphen h, click on enter button, it will display the file systems. So what are the file systems are available here? So what are the file systems are available here? And what are the mount points it's created? What is naming convention? Mount point means what is the logical name it is maintained here? And what is the size it is here available? What is the used size? What is the available size? And the used percentage, how much it is used? So we need to check using the df command. Df means display file system command. Okay, df command. Okay, we have to use this command. Okay, So here that's fine. Df command is fine. So then what next? What next? So df command we are using to log in. So to checking the file systems and everything. So here what we have to check, if any file system, the space is very less, more than 90% is occupied, then immediately we have to report our Linux team. Why? Because these are the SAP file systems. So if any SAP file systems crossed 90%, which means it is available space is very less, 1 GB or 2 GB, it's very less, then immediately we have to report to the our Linux administration team. We have to report it, Linux team. Why? Because it's of SAP file systems. If anything is going behind that one, so it's any above, it's reaching to the 900%. 100% means it's reaching to the 100% means, so there is no space. If there is no space, what happens? Immediately system will create the problems. So to avoid that problems, immediately when it's reached to the 90% or 80%, we have to inform. Okay, that is the threshold, we have to set it out. So that is the thing, we have to do it from as part of the df-h command. So the next one, so if you want to see the how much memory is allocated, what is the current usage? In Windows, we will go to the task manager. Then here we will see what is the percentage of the CPU usages, what is the percentage of the memory it is included. And if we go to the performance, we go to the memory, it is the total 30 GB is available. In the out of 30 GB, 17 GB is used. So like that, we can see in the task manager some graphs, we can see it in the task manager, right? That is the Windows operating system. It's very simple. But what about the Linux operating system? In the Linux operating system, just you can use free-g, which means it will give the how much memory total, what is the RAM size, then what is the used size, everything you will get. Okay, so total RAM size is 62 GB. Free, so you have the total free space is available. Used, nothing is used. So which means 62 GB, 62 GB free is available. So we want to display in the M means megabytes. It will display in the megabytes, not in the GB. We want to display in the KB, it will display in the KBs. We want to display in the bytes, you can display in the bytes. So like that, you can use it like that. You can, so you can get the commands, you can get the output from the here. So CPU utilization. So top command, what we will check here, if the memory size is very less, the free percentage or available percentage very less, 1 GB, 2 GB, immediately we have to report to the so team only. Why? Because the memory is less, then what will happen? The all the process will be down, all process will be stopped. Why? Because the process which are running in the HANA system, in the operating system, it's required this some memory and CPU. Those are less, definitely system will be in the trouble. It's very slow. So that's the reason we need to worry about these things and everything. Okay. So suppose if you use the top command is useful for the to checking the how much memory currently it is using. It kind of task manager. In the task manager, how we are getting the CPU and the memory percentage and which command it is executing that much of service. All these things, how many CPUs are working here, CPU 0, CPU 1, CPU 2, like that, the CPUs will be displayed here. So all these things will be displayed. All these things will be displayed. So here, right? How much, which process is consuming, which ID, which process, which user is occupying the more memory, more CPU, which memory, which process is occupying. More CPU occupying me, my user only. It's a root user only. Why? Because currently it is executing. It's a 0 point percentage. So we can ignore it, which means system is free now. System is very free. Nothing is happening in the system now. Why? Because so it's empty system. That's why it's a very free. CPUs, memory, everything is free now. So when we install the HANA database, that time you will get the actual load in the system. Not only HANA, in SAP also. So SAP, if you install the SAP or if you install the HANA, whatever the product you will install it, you will get that time actual CPU. Okay. So this is the, so So if you want to go out of the screen, you need to just click on the Control C. Control C means cancel. Control C means cancel button. Control C means cancel button. So free hyphen G for the memory checking. Okay. So top command for the CPU utilization. Okay. So CD means change directory. Suppose I want to go clear df-h. So I want to go inside of the this file system. Then how can we do go with them? So CD. So if you click it, that will be copied. If you click it, that will be copied. Then you can come to the here. Then right click, that will be pasted immediately. You no need to copy and paste it. If you double click it, that will be copied. Then you can, if you right click, then it will be copied. Then right click, that will be pasted. Backspace is for the removal. Okay. Backspace is for the removal. Okay. So enter, it will go to the next prompt. Okay. So CD, if you go to, if you want to go to the home, just click on the root, or if you want to go to this file system /home file system, then just enter. Then you will go to that one. You want to see, which one ls command. So if you want to see inside of the files and folders of this file system, you want to see inside of. So I want to see how many files folders are there inside of the /home. Then you can just enter the ls command. Only SAP is there. If you type ls-ltr, then you will see the with you will only one folder you will get. But -ltr means in the ascending order, when it was created, permission, user, all this information, you will get it out. If we want to go inside of the again SAP folder, so how can we say this is a folder or this is a directory or file? How can we say? So each folder in the initial we have the D. If it is the D, means it is the directory. CD. So then you will go inside of the folder. So these all are files. This file, this is the file, this is the file, this is the directory, this all are directories. Why? Because so this all are the folder starting with D. D means so directory. The permission starts with the D means directory, which means so okay. So this is the directory. So directory, you have to just go to the CD. You can go inside of the and just enter the folder, then you can go. Enter the folder, you can go. But if it is the file, you have to open. If you want to go, you went to the first, you went to the home page, then see SAP bin. Then you want to see what's there inside of the bin. Then ls-ltr, nothing is there. Total 0, which means nothing is there. If you want to go back to the folder, cd space // which means one step you will go back. CD space // you will see one step back. CD space // you will go one step back. You type ls-ltr, then you will get the thing here. You want to see what's there in that folder. Then CD space softwares. Enter. Then you are here. You want to see inside of the content, like you want to see inside of the how many are there ls-ltr. You can see inside of the here you have so folders are there HANA and some SWPM folders are there. So inside of the here you have HANA and SWPM folders are there. So see here it's there. So it's there here. So you can see here it's there here. So you want to see go to again inside of the this folder. Again, you can go to the CD space. CD is used for the changing the directory from one to another, changing the directory. If you want to change the directory, if you want to go inside of the, suppose I will take the example here. Okay. You want to go foreground files, you will double click it, right? You want to go inside of this file, you will double click it. You want to go inside of this one, you will double click it. You want to go inside, you will go double click. So what you are using in Windows, your mouse to navigate the folders from one place to another place, right? But here you are using the cd command you are using, changing the directory. ls means listing the files and folders inside of the file systems, inside of the file systems. Okay, that is the file systems. Okay, got it, right? That is what we have win. So if you want to go how many folders you want to go, you can go, but you have to use the cd command. If you want to go back or if you want to exit, just click on the exit button. Exit means you will get logged out. See here, where is that prompt now? Nothing is there. Again you have to log in now. Again you have to log in now. Root, you have to type the password, right? df-h. So which means display file systems. You want to see the memory, free-g memory. Okay, so like that you can see. So free-g, free-h, free-g. So like that you can execute the command. Okay, so free. So if you use the date command, the date and time will be displayed. The current date and time will be displayed in IST time zone. This is our IST, right? So date command. Okay. So if you want to see the users, how many users are logged into in this Linux operating system, if you type users, so it will display. Currently, the 4 sessions are connected. The 4 users, all users are connected with root users only. With root users only they have connected, right? So if you type time, date means the time will be displayed. Okay, date field means time will be displayed. Okay, so this is the thing. So if you want to, so okay, I will explain. Okay, so if you want to go here, suppose I want to go one folder, you can also type it. Not only here, you can also type it as well. CD space, I want to go softwares. So before that, you need slash. Slash is very important, and the folder should be exist. If the folder is not exist, even though if you type it, it won't say like, it won't go inside of the folder. Why? Because the software folder, no such file or directory. Why? Because there is no software, there is no that file, that there was no folder, that one, there was no folder, that one. So here I want to
నేర్చుకోవాలి కమాండ్స్ ఆటోమేటిక్ కాదు కమాండ్ టైప్ చేసి ఆటోమేటిక్ గా డేటా వస్తుంది
yeah, shut up, you have to go inside mute. Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, these are the commands we have to type it. Just if you type the command, yes, the data will be displayed. So means the output will be displayed, but you have to type the command, right? You need to remember the command, right? So that's why you need to remember all these commands. So I have one PDF where all the commands are exist, so you can practice it. But few important commands which are very useful in our daily working style, in the daily when you are working in the one organization. So these commands are very useful. Every day you have to enter it. So because nowadays all companies are using the HANA database for their business. So for that, so they are recruiting the basis consultant with the HANA administration part. So some interviews, sometimes they may ask you some Linux commands as well. Okay, you done the HANA installation, right? I hope you have experience in the Linux. So what is the command to check the memory? Why? Because if every time memory CPUs are very important. Why? Because they are the very important for the process which are running in the Linux operating system. How the food and water, yesterday we have seen one example, right? How the food and water is very important for us, for humans. So same as like for this process which are running in the operating system. So we are running in the earth, right? We are running on the earth, right? So here the process also running on the operating systems, which means the food and water also very important for them. So the food and water is memory and CPU. So definitely we need to check the memory and CPU also we need to check CPUs and everything. So all these things we check. Okay, the file system space, memory, CPU, these are all the very important commands. So cd command, cd, if you type slash is very important here. Why? Because every folder there is a slash. Suppose if you see the Windows, in Windows we have, so every folder we have the slash, right? C drive under the program files, then SAP, slash is very important. Here also slash is very important. Without slash, you cannot go. This here the slash is the backward slash, but Windows is a forward slash. So you can see the differences. It's a forward slash. You can see the slash, forward slash. So here it's a backward slash. It is a backward. See that the slash is backward slash. Okay, just you can see that difference. Why? Because it's a opposite to the Windows operating system, the Linux. It's a very safety as well. Why? Because there is no GUI. So, and also no one break the firewall rules, and Windows, everyone can hack it, right? Windows, normal some cases Windows operating system will be hacked. Why? The hackers. Why? Because they can easily break the firewalls and roles. They can easily break it. Why? Because it's command prompt based. They can easily break it. But Linux, not possible. That's why most of the organization for their business, they will use the Linux operating systems. Windows we know, in our laptops we are using, so everything we know, that's we know. But so you have to learn something in the Linux operating system as well. My bottom line is you have to be perfect in the Linux operating system as well. Few commands, at least a few commands. Okay, these are the few commands you should aware. Okay, so then what next? Suppose in Windows, we know how to create the folders and files, means that we know, right? Right click, new, you can create the file, you can create the folder. Why? Because mouse is there in the Windows operating system. Even my kid also will do the folder creation and files creations, Excel work she will do. She is doing now, my kid. That's everybody knows. Windows. Why? Because this is a Windows operating system is a user friendly, which means it's a very simple. But what about the Linux? If I give my sister system to my kid, she will not do. Why? Because she don't know this black, everything is in the black screen. So she don't know commands. Few commands she knows, but few commands she don't know. So, but we should know, right? As a basis consultant, we should know some commands. So that's why you should remember these commands as well. If you want to by head, if you want to write down somewhere, that is your wish. But finally, bottom line. So we'll take how to go inside of the folder, means we know. Suppose if I go to the cd/home, then it will go inside of the home. I want to go cd softwares, means cd/softwares. Then you will go inside of the softwares folder, right? LSF and LTR. I want to create the file. Then you need to use the touch, TOUCH, the file. Suppose I want to create the file like example file. I want to example dot text file I want to create. Then enter it. Then ls-ltr. Can see the file got created. Right? The file got created. I want to create the folder. mkdir space. So example folder I created. Then I want to see inside of, means ls. So ls commands you have to type always. Why? Because ls means listing. You want to list how many files, folders are there inside. So here you can see one folder I created, right? That's why it's the D. D means directory. So few people, they will ask you questions. So how can we know which one is the directory, which one is the file? How can you know?
Directory starts with D.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Excellent. I think you are the perfect in the Linux, right? Okay. So excellent. Good. Okay. So it's D. Small answer. So directory starts with during the in the permission column, directory starts with the D. So if the folder starts with the nothing, there is no directory. So that's why this is a file, this is the folder or directory. So how can we see? Suppose you want to see inside of the data, you will double click it, you will get the data in Windows. But here, what will happen? If you double click it, that will be copied, right? So that one, you need to enter more space file name. Here nothing is there. Cat space, nothing is there is no content, right? Just we created the file, content we are not created. So more or cat will be used, more or cat. So cat, not the car. So will be used to view the contents of the file. More also you can use it, char also you can use it, tail also you can use it. Tail means suppose the files is very used. I want to see last 100 lines. Then you can type 100 lines, then file name you can use it. So like that, last 1000 lines, then you can 1000, you can use it. So like that, we have to use the command. Suppose we'll see the some data related files here. See, if you see any data is available or not. Okay, so you see some data is available in this file, right? This is the file. So if you go to the more space, this file name, then you will see the data here, right? You see the some data here. This is the data you can see here. Or cat space, this one, you can also see the some data. Same data is displayed. Either you can, if you want to view the data, you can use cat space this one, or more space this one, you can use it. Whatever you want, you can use it. But if you want to see tail hyphen 10f, only that 10 lines I need. So this means just this one, only last 10 lines will be displayed. Only last 10 lines will be displayed. I want 11th line as well. Then go to the here, 11th line will be displayed. So here, if you type up arrow, it will display what are the commands you used previously. Up arrow. Up arrow means what are the previous commands you used, so that will be displayed here. Up arrow or down arrow, it will be displayed. Okay, that is displayed here. So if you type, that is the thing, up arrow or down arrow. So this is the way. So if you want to view either cat, date, cat, tail, so these are the commands. So we can use it to view the inside of the file or content, you can view it, right? This is the thing. So this is the thing. So we have to execute the commands and we have to operate it. Then what next? So we have other commands as well, but first of all, you should practice. These are the commands. Total 10 or 15 or 20 commands are there, but those will come during our daily operations. We have the permissions. So, but you can tell, if you're okay, I can go ahead and I can explain it. Or if you want to practice till now, then I can stop it here. I will pause it here. Tomorrow I will explain the remaining commands. So what is your thought? What do you think, guys? You want to practice, I can stop it here. So no problems, or we know Linux commands, then you can go ahead and explain it means. So I will use 5 or 10 more minutes, then I can explain remaining commands as well.
Yes, sir. You can explain.
Okay, I can explain, right? Snehit, Nanda, will you guys practice, or will I explain?
Explain, sir.
So you want me to explain, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. That is the thing. Okay, so suppose I want to give the permission. Suppose permissions command. Okay, it's a very interesting command. So permissions. So here chmod. So the permissions space. So we have the permissions like 644 or 755 or 777. It's a super permissions and the file name we have to give it. Okay. So suppose you want to give the permissions 644. So there is some restrictions. So this one, some upper permissions. This one, so full permissions. Everyone can access, delete, and everything. So user, group, root, like that. There are some permissions, right? You can see read, write, read, write, and read. I want to give full permissions here. Then ch mode, then 755 space the file name. Then ls-ltr. Now you can see, so read, write, execute. There are the three types of permissions are there. Read, write, execute. So you want to give read permissions to everyone, then you have to enter. So see here, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. You have given the full permissions to this folder, this file. So which means anyone can access this file, anyone can read, anyone can update anything. So I don't want to give that one. I want to restrict it. Then I want to give full permission again. Then ch mode 777 space and this file name you have to give it. Then that will be come. Is the full permissions. It is having the full permissions. Everyone having the right delete execution. You can also delete it everything. Okay. So that's why we have to do that one. This is the permissions. Suppose I want to delete, I want to create. Suppose if I use the touch space, so example, then one file I created, right? One file I created with the, so with one. I want to delete. Delete means RM command. It's a very dangerous command, RM command, which means it will delete it. It will delete. But in Windows, if we delete it, we have it's in the recycle. We can go to the recycle bin and we can restore it. We can restore, we can go to the restore bit, then we can just restore it, right? But here in the Linux, once you delete, you cannot revert back again. Cannot revert. So that's why RM command is the very dangerous command. So in a real time when you are using, you need to double check whether you can remove or not. Why? Because especially for SAP area, many persons they lost the job because of this RM commands. If people they are not aware of initially during the starting of the time, they went to the organization, they will remove, they will they will execute some RM command, then immediately all the files and folders will be deleted. Entire system will be deleted. So dangerous. It's a very dangerous command. Okay. Don't use and be cautious when you are using this one. Okay. So it's a very dangerous one. One file, that is file. Folder you can, but before deleting, you need to check with your leads, so or your manager whether this can be removed or not. If it is removed, then check your commands, so like that you can use it. Otherwise, so don't delete it. Okay. So touch means touch space file name means the file creation, right? Suppose I want to rename this one. I want to rename. So then you can use the mv space rename. So you can use rename means mv space file name space. I want to rename to file name 2. Then I renamed. I want to copy cp file name space file name 3. So why it is giving error? Which means there is no file right here within the name of file name. So that's why it's giving the error. cp file name space file name, just giving the file name. So file name to file name. Why? Because here there are no files here. Just only file 2 is available. That's why cp space file name, then file I am creating. Copying the data. You know, right? Copy and move. Copy means it will copy same existing file, one more file it will be copied. Move means it will just move this file to some other folder, it will move it. Suppose I want to move this one. So just you can use mv command, this one space, I want to move to the temp. Then give the target location, then that will be moved. So here there is no file name 2, there nothing is there here. But it is available in the temp, cd/temp In the temp folder, it is available in the file name too. Why? Because I have moved. I have moved here. I have moved here. So that's why you need to enter these commands like, so cp command, move command, okay, touch, creation of the files, okay, rm commands. So these are the very important commands. Chmod command. So then CHO shown as well. This is for the changing the ownership. This is for the changing the ownership. Suppose I want to change the ownership of this file. Currently it is in the, who is the owner? Root. Who is the group? So this is the owner. This is the group. When you created, how many contents are there? How many bytes of contents are there? When you created the date and timestamp, and whether it is having the all the permissions related status here, and everything will be displayed here, right? I want to change this to the, so different user. Then you can use CHONN shown. Then I want to change it to the SAP and SAP user. I want to change it to the SAP user. Then root group. Then give the file name. Then the ownership will be changed here. See here, previously it is in the root. Now it is in the SAP root. Sometimes you may get work like, please change the ownership of this file to SAD ADM and SAP sys. So that time you need to use shown SAD ADM user, that SAD ADM and SAP sys, that is the group actually. So then file name you have to enter. But there is no this SAD ADM group, nothing is there currently. Why? Because we are not done the any HANA installation. Just for example, I have executed. To execute it also, nothing is there, but it will show the invalid user SAD ADM. Like that, it will show here. Okay, that is the thing we have to execute. Shown command. Shown for the changing the permissions. Chmod for the, what is this? For giving the permissions. Okay, so these are the commands very useful. So please practice these commands. So that it will be very helpful for you. Please practice this command so that, so whenever you will get a chance at Linux operating systems, you will get a chance. Suppose definitely you will get a chance to work on it. Why? Because HANA administration purpose, you have to log into the Linux operating system. You need to execute some commands. So that's why. So it's a very, you have to do practice. So today what you have to do, how to log into the Linux operating system through PuTTY. Then practice the 10 or 15 commands, whatever the commands we discussed now. You can practice these commands. Okay, you can practice these commands. Tomorrow we'll start